Morning everybody, Phil Henry here from the Capricornia Chamber of Commerce with our update. We had our first members meeting of the year last week at the Jockey Club, and we have a speaker from Capricorn Health and Hospital Service talking about mental health in the workplace, and particularly with the focus on business owners and operators and how to approach this issue. It's one that people find hard to approach, hard to know how to raise if they suspect something going on. So this was just with some fairly simple tips on how to actually raise the issue if you believe that one of your employees or one of your staff has a mental health issue. In terms of issues facing business, probably the big one still in the region is attracting and retaining and skilling staff. And that's fairly consistent around the state. I hear that from the other chambers of commerce around the state. We've got the end of JobKeeper coming up, which is obviously a big issue for those companies still relying on it. When we asked our members at that first members meeting, interestingly, nobody of the 45 or so in that room was still taking JobKeeper. And I've heard that similarly. So I think that's a reflection of how strong the economy is in this part of the world, particularly with all the projects, infrastructure works going on. But if you do have that issue about the cessation of JobKeeper at the end of March, please let us know, because we need to add your voice to those others around the state who are approaching that. Another one that's been raised by particularly chambers further up north, but Capricornia is considered part of northern Queensland, is the rise in insurance premiums after the run of natural disasters earlier in the year. Once again, when we asked the people at our first members meeting about that, a number of people did raise that. So once again, if that's something that's affecting you, please let us know, because we need to add everybody's voice to the work that Chamber of Commerce and Industry Queensland does with the state government and with private companies about issues such as insurance premiums. One that has been raised with us a couple of times is the availability of taxis, mainly down in Yeppoon, but I know it affects here in Rocky as well. And that has been traced back to a number of issues, one of which is JobKeeper and JobSeeker. But the other one actually is the owners of the 1-3 cabs franchises who are based in Melbourne. And there's a bit of a view that perhaps they're not appreciating the reality on the ground in places like Rockhampton and particularly Yeppoon, where you've only got a couple of taxis. So we have that raised, that one, on behalf of members with CCIQ, and we'll let you know about that. Finally, upcoming meetings. Next week, the 24th of February, will be our first CBD coffee, and that is at the Goat at 7:30, and if you come along, we will buy you a coffee. The week after that, the 1st of March, is our Building Business Confidence event at Cocoa Brew. That's on the morning of the 1st of March, and that we're doing that in collaboration with Chamber of Commerce and Industry Queensland. They've got Jack Baxter, their economic analysis and policy bloke, coming up to talk, and we'll also have Tony Edwards to give a local view of what's happening generally in the economy around the region. And then finally, our next members meeting will be down at Keppel Bay Sailing Club on the 9th of March, and that will be on natural disaster resilience, and we'll have another speaker there that we'll let you know about fairly shortly. That's everything for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.